What's up, folks? It's your boy Public in the building. If you don't know this deck build, then let me give you some knowledge about it. This is undefeated, undefeated. Keyword undefeated. 50 card Fire for His Death by Simon. He went undefeated in Montreal, Canada. He went up against Boojins, Black Wings, Prophecy, 2 Fire for His Mirrors. If I remember correctly. Hold on. And he also went up against 2 Thunder decks. Now, if you look at his side deck, it really fit for the matchups. Anyone against Dark World too as well. So before you guys go quick to judge, oh, he probably got lucky. No, he probably faced one of the hardest matchups for a 5-hit player. Shoot, you know how much I hate Black Wings? You know how much I hate Boojins? Those are some tough ass matchups. Excuse my language. But when you see Icarus attack, and when you see Black Wings, going off, and you can't control them. This card right here, leashes them, and he went up against 3 light decks. Oh no, yeah, double under and one prophecy. No, not one prophecy. Boojins. I'm silly now. All right, so getting back to this build. Now if I were to imagine his gameplay, I would probably be imagining him doing the Buffalo play. The Buffalo play with Spirit, which is pretty strong. So if you don't know the Buffalo play, I'm gonna refer you to go back to the last video I did for the Bones video with versus X Sabers. Look at that Bones video. Now this is gonna show you guys the Buffalo combo that he probably did. Now I spoke with him yesterday. Well, not yesterday. Later on today. Now we both see eye to eye. Now in his new build, he bumped up onslaught to 3. He's using the board and swallow system. Now before you guys go say, oh, why did he ram a mistake? This card is still a strong. Why is it not? Oh my gosh. This mistake is still a strong card, no matter what. It's a strong card. The reason why I take it out of my build because I need to go into more of a aggressive aspect. Now for him, he went. Look, I'm not seeing no back row, and you're not gonna be going on Google to search. He's like hell no. So getting back to his build. What makes his build really strong is that he got rid of a weakness that I hate the weakness I hate the most. That is freaking back row. More back row hate. Now if you would have won against Chamber, oh my gosh, this Chamber would have got too old. He would have gotten too old. So, but again, he went up against one of the strongest, one of the toughest matchups, and that was Spellbooks. And for him to get undefeated, he got my ultimate gratitude. Because you know what? He did something that I was not able to do. And that was go undefeated. Now if I didn't lose to Tabari Hector, I would have probably went undefeated. But again, Tabari Hector, he's a strong Bujin player. Yeah, I know, like against him you really got to think. You really got to. Because I'll tell you something about this man. He has a passive mind of a 5-hit player. So when you go against him, you gotta think about a passive 5-hit player. And now when I look at his build, look at Simon's build, his build would actually wreck Bujins. You guys are probably wondering like, why? Mistakes? Light Imprisoning Mirror. And you see, and then and then another thing too, what also eliminates the Bullshit matchup is that he did not main Lance. Now the reason why he didn't main Lance, again, Bullshit matchup for Lance. You have a turtle. It's useless. His will actually fit more into the situation. Now, he didn't run Vanity's emptiness. Again, he means max C, so you have to make sure your max C goes through or not. And and another thing too I wanted to highlight is Acid Golem. Acid Golem is a really good card because if you go against Skill Drain, this is your best friend. He got two of the ultimate Skill Drain cards. Acid Golem, Crazy Box. If you take down my Crazy Box, I'm gonna go into Acid Golem. If you take down my Acid Golem, I'm gonna go into Crazy Box. So you guys, that's something that you guys gotta look at. Now, let's see. What's another thing he did? Triple Raven. When I went to the regionals, I ran with 2 Raven, 2 Onslaught, 2 Transmodify. I wish I had a 3rd Raven because you need the float game to be really good. And another thing too that he did differently than me was Pitchback Warble in the side deck. Because again, you have all the back row hate, so you don't really need to, depend on, battle phase traps. Which is pretty legit. And then another thing too, I know another question I asked him too that well later today was how many times you use Sato? He used Sato twice. Same amount. Well, how many times did I use Sato? Yeah, I used it. I used Sato twice as well. One was he was trying to use it to come back. Another one was that he had it set up, but the 5 of his players scooped. So again, before you guys judge a book by its cover, know your shit. That's all I gotta say. So, like I said before, I don't really need to go in depth into about the build. I just need to talk about what he actually done to clear up the misunderstanding. Again, if you was in his shoes, you're running late to a regional. You think you're gonna put these cards? You think you're gonna put some random cards in your extra deck and I hope they work? Shit, I would do it. Cause I know if he was early, his extra deck would be a lot more better. Cause when I spoke to him, he knew his stuff. He knew his stuff like unlike other Fibers players do. So again, and in his build too as well, even though he didn't have the boar and caribou system, he really had to depend on the spirit play for the onslaught raven tribute, or onslaught raven summon spirit, bring out leopard, tribute raven, get the 2 monsters, and just start OTKing people. So that's all I gotta say. I mean, having 2 lands in the side deck really does work for the mirror match because trust me, when you go against first turn dragon, you're like, oh my gosh, I need to have a lance. You have to. And then and again, triple Gyoku gives them a higher chance to have the element of surprise, which is pretty good. So again, like the man's build is legit. The main deck was pretty good. It's good. It went undefeated. Something that I was not able to do. Now I don't know if he probably learned from my aftermath. He probably did. And he probably took the matter into his own hands. So and again, like he didn't main deck Valor, which is pretty iffy for me because because like when I was going against all the other players for another tournament for the other new format, I got fucked up, man. I couldn't. I needed a Valor. I needed it, but for him, it worked for him. You have Phoenix Chain. I'm just hoping he never got Black Rose because I know that really hurts. But then again, you have Sato. Return to the dimension. That is a legit return